Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So first off, to anyone who celebrated the 4th of July, happy 4th of July to you guys. I hope you had a good time with your family and friends. I personally don't celebrate the 4th of July, but if you do, I really do hope that you enjoyed it. So for today's nails, we're going to be doing something very interesting today. I'm actually really excited about this. We're going to be doing some Duckies, and this is the first time that I've ever done Duckies, not only on the channel, but like just in general. So I'm a little nervous because I've never done it before, but let's go ahead and get right into it. So here are my natural nails, and as you can see, they're not too bad. My cuticles aren't overgrown or anything, and that's just because I did them a few days ago, so I don't really have too much prep work to do. But what I will do is I am going to remove any excess product from around my cuticles from my last set, and to do that, I'm going to use this end of my cuticle pusher. All right, and that's pretty much all that I have to do for today. If you would like to see more about how I prep my nails before I go ahead and do my sets, I will definitely leave some videos in the cards above for you guys to check out if you're interested. But for today, that is all that I have to do. I'm just going to very quickly put on my peel off base coat and I'll come right back. All right, so I have my matte peel off base coat fully applied, and I went ahead and sized out all of my nail tips for today. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my straight like square nail tips first, because I do want these Duckies to be a little bit more on the long side. So we're gonna use these to kind of like extend it. But firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and cure these on using some base coat. Okay, so the tips are applied, and I also went over the tips with a layer of base coat just to make sure that once I shape it, they're not like flying off. And the next step is to cut these down. I'm gonna cut them down kind of short, but I'm gonna use the Duckies to kind of extend them. So to cut them down, I'm gonna be using my tip cutters. All right, so the nails are nice and cut down. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly size out the other tips. So I have the Duckies sized out. And one thing that I will mention is the brand that I am using for my duck nail tips is kind of on the small side. So I did have to size down. For example, my pointer finger is typically a size 5, but I did go for a size 4 instead. And you know, the same applies to my other nail sizes. Now, what I think I actually want to do is cut these down just a little bit shorter because I don't need them this long. Okay, so I did make them a little bit shorter, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue it on the tip like this. And right now it does look a little bit weird because there's a really big overlap and the shape just isn't there, but the shape is going to get corrected once I go in with my acrylic. But to cure these on, I'm going to go back in with my base coat. Okay, so here are what the tips are looking like, and they look very ugly right now. I think what I might need to do is bring in the size a little bit more, make it match up a little bit with the first tips that I put on. And I think I also need to fix up the tips because they're a little bit round, and that's not really what I'm going for. To shape up these nails, I'm gonna go in with my 80/80 grit nail file. All right, so I went ahead and shaped them up as best as I could. And I didn't record that process because I had to get out my nail drill and like really get to work. So that kind of took a long while, but I think we are finally at a point where we are ready to go ahead and apply our acrylic. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so we are on to the acrylic application, and I do just want to mention that I am using a slightly pink acrylic, and I got this color by mixing a little bit of pink gel polish into my monomer, and I did this color just so that it could match the reference photo a little bit better. But to be honest, you could use any base that you want and it'll still look great. So I wanted to very quickly pop in and let you guys know what my experience was with doing acrylic application on this shape, because you guys know I'm a square nail kind of girl, and if I'm not doing square nails, I'm probably doing like almond or stiletto, but that's kind of rare, so I mainly just stick with one shape. And what I will say is that for someone who kind of just sticks with square nails, this honestly was a little bit tricky to kind of make it look right, because I'm used to making my nails super straight. And as you guys can probably tell, these tips are one, flared at the tip, and they're very much curved. So trying to kind of accommodate my structure to the nail tip was a little bit of a challenge, but it wasn't too difficult. And after a few fingers, I kind of got the hang of it. And to be honest, if you're a little bit nervous about trying duck nails and you're a little bit nervous about your application, I definitely recommend giving it a try, because it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. And of course, one piece of advice that I would give you is to follow the curve of the nail tip, because if you try and make your application super straight and the tip is curved, it's not gonna look right. So yeah, definitely follow that curve and embrace it. Like, it's really like not that bad, or it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, because I didn't think that I would like the curve, but I actually ended up liking it. But that is all that I have to talk about when it comes to the application. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys watch the rest of it, and we'll come back to shape and file these nails. All right, so here is my application, and to be honest, I think it looks really good. Like, I'm so excited to file these. I am a little bit nervous because I do have to correct this curve here on some of the nails, especially my thumb. Like, it just looks a little bit wonky, so I kind of have to fix that in some areas. So I'm going to be filing my nails using my 80 grit nail file as always, and I'm first going to start out by filing the sidewalls and the undersides. I'm going to try my best to file the undersides, but we'll see what happens. We'll just see. Okay, so filing the sides and the undersides with this shape is really just not working out the best. So I might just go back in with my hand drill and kind of file it that way. So I'm just gonna take this carbide bit here to kind of work in the sides and correct this curve as well. And I guess while I'm here, I'm also just gonna go ahead and seal my cuticles, and then I'll come back to kind of smooth out the rest of the surface. And now I'm going to go back in with my 80 grit nail file just to completely smooth out the surface of the nails. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and sharpen up these tips. And now I'm going to take the same carbide bit and just go ahead and make this part really thin, because I feel like when I normally see like duck nails on Instagram and stuff, this part of the nail is like super thin, and I just feel like it makes it look a little bit better because they just look like really fat. I'm just going to thin this out as best as I can without making it like too thin so that they're not like cracking off at the ends. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to buff my nails using my mini buffer. Okay, so the shaping and filing is done. Finally, this actually took longer than I thought it would, but we made it. I'm just gonna go ahead and wash my hands really quickly, and then we'll go ahead and jump right into the nail art. All right, so my hands are washed and we are finally ready to jump into today's nail art. So I do want to start off by saying I am very sorry because the design that we're doing, I kind of already did twice on the channel. Today, we're going to be doing some Swarovski crystal French tips for the third time. So very sorry about that. But like, I just couldn't help myself. Like, it's just so pretty. And I've been wanting to do this set for like 3 months. I think I saw it in like March and it's July, but we're not just doing any old Swarovski crystal French tips. Oh, nay. We're going to be doing this specific set that I saw here on Instagram, and just look at it. It's absolutely stunning, and I have to do it. Like, I have to do it. Before we get into it, let me just go ahead and show you all of the things that I got for this set specifically, because I have been like kind of prepping for this. Okay, so here is everything that I got for this set. Now, the rhinestone glue isn't necessarily for the set. I just got it because I kind of use it a lot. And yeah, I definitely needed some of this. So I have these like butterflies here, and these are going to be like the star of the show. And then I have these smaller butterflies I'm going to like throw in here and there. And then I have like these. When I ordered these, I thought they were gold, but like they're not. So we'll see if these work. And if these don't work, we can always like just take them off, but I'm gonna try them anyways. Lastly, I just have like these little gold charms. I've actually had these for a while, so I kind of just want to like use them up because I'm tired of looking at them. But we're gonna try and add some of these. All right, so that's everything that we need for today's nail set. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I also ordered some more golden gems because my last one, the top like was literally like falling off, and that just wasn't cool because the gems were all like getting mixed up. So I got a new one, and we're also going to be adding some of these in today. Okay, so first off, I'm going to take my rhinestone glue, and I'm going to use these smaller gems to create a outline for my French tip. And I want the French tip to be kind of low, so I'm going to start about here, and I'm just going to curve it upwards on either side. for the outline, I'm probably going to use smaller gems so that there isn't any gaps in between. So I think something like this is okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cure this for a full 30 seconds. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some of these butterflies and start placing them randomly on this nail, along with some of the bigger gems if I can fit them. So I think here I'm gonna put the butterfly. Okay, so I think this is like all of the big pieces that I can add for this nail. I'm gonna go ahead and flash cure this, and then we'll move on to the smaller gems on the perimeter. And lastly, I'm going to put some more rhinestone glue around the edges, and I'm just gonna fill them in with some smaller gems. Okay, so here is this nail completely done. I actually really like it. I think what I might do next time is probably make the gems like closer together before I cure it, because I can definitely see a bit of gaps. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing to my pinky nail, and then I'll come back for my middle finger and my ring finger. Okay, so for these two fingers, it's pretty much the same deal, except I'm using these like really like big butterflies. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is create an outline for the French tip. So the gems are fully applied, and like I don't even need to say anything. Like, they're beautiful. Like, I love these so much. To finish this off, I'm gonna go in with a layer of top coat. And I'm making sure to cure this for a full 60 seconds. And to finish off this set, I'm going to go in with some cuticle oil. And that completes today's set. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had so much fun recreating this set, as I always do. And I know that this is the third time that I've done it, but it's a little bit different, so it doesn't count, okay? I was honestly super nervous to try and create anything with duck nails because I just thought it wouldn't be a shape that would look right on me. And I also felt like it would be a little bit more difficult since it's like kind of curved outwards. But I think for my first time doing it, I did a pretty decent job. But of course, I would love to hear what you guys think of this nail set down in the comments. And if you guys have any ideas or nail sets that you guys would like me to recreate, feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'm always open to any suggestions that you guys may have. But as always, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys in the next one.